Welcome to another Sliced Bread Productions video. Today I am using SayIntentions.ai. It's the new artificial intelligence air traffic control service for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I am going to be flying in the demo area that is located around Reno and Truckee, that also includes the iconic Lake Tahoe and Reno Stead airports. The demo area is free to try and should give you a great idea of what using the service is like. I am also finding this to be the perfect companion to FSEconomy, as the focus is on general aviation and VFR flying. But hey, it's not just any old VFR flying. There is VFR departure clearances with flight following to your destination if you want it, handoffs from tower to departure, and even center controllers during your flight. And don't go entering a Bravo airspace without clearance. Just like in real life, you will get a phone number to call. Best of all, it's available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So when you get off that late shift and it's after midnight, you can still have ATC for your flight, whether it be in FSEconomy or not. So join me as I take the WB Sim 172 on an FSEconomy flight from a towered Class Charlie airport to a non-towered field with VFR flight following. Today, we are in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. We are flying up to Reno Stead, the location of the Reno Air Races since 1966. Sadly, 2023 was the last year for the air races at this site, but there is an air show coming up in October 2024 as a final farewell to this iconic and famous airport. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the intro as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Now, on an exciting note, the demo area has been expanded from the Reno Truckee area to the entire United States. You will have 24 hours to try this at any airport you choose. When you first start using the service, you can refer to the information block at the top of the client for your radio frequencies as seen here. But as you get more comfortable with the system, you may want to minimize the client and just use Navigraph or SkyVector charts to get your frequencies, just like in real life. Well, let's get into this flight. We are at the general aviation ramp at Reno Tahoe International on the east side of the airport. We've done the pre-flight and the aircraft is warming up. Let's check the ATIS. You'll also see a text representation of the ATIS in the client window if you want to refer to that.
-0 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions: few clouds at 12,000 feet, broken clouds at 15,000 feet, broken clouds at 20,000 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 0. Altimeter tree 045. Visual approach in use. Landing and departing runway 17 right, 17 left. Approaches to parallel runways in use. Ensure correct runway alignment. NOTAMs. Hazard weather information for Nevada, California available from Flight Service Station. Caution: birds near airport. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information: Quebec. Reno Airport information: Quebec.
All right, we have information in Quebec. From that, we will be expecting runway 17, and we will request 17 left for our departure. We'll fly a left downwind and then continue about 10 miles north until over Spanish Springs, and make a left turn towards Reno Stead. Well, let's call up clearance on 124.9er for our departure and VFR flight following. Reno clearance, Skyhawk November 8134 Quebec, requesting VFR departure with flight following to Reno Stead, Kilo Romeo Tango Sierra at 6,500 with information Quebec.
Skyhawk 34 Quebec, Reno clearance cleared to Reno Stead Airport, VFR at or below 6500 feet. Departure on 126.3, squawk 4663.
Cleared to Reno Stead Airport, VFR at or below 6,500. Departure 126.3, squawk 4663. Skyhawk 34 Quebec. All right, we'll set our transponder.
Skyhawk 34 Quebec, readback correct.
Well, let's go over to ground for our taxi clearance. And we're putting tower in the COM1 standby, so we can switch over to that once we're holding short of the runway. Reno ground, Skyhawk 34 Quebec at Atlantic Aviation, ready for taxi with Quebec, request runway 17 left.
Skyhawk 34 Quebec, Reno ground taxi to runway 17 left via Alpha Bravo, hold short of runway 17 left. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready for departure.
Taxi runway 17 left via Alpha Bravo, hold short of runway 17 left. Contact tower 118.7 when ready for departure. Skyhawk 34 Quebec. All right, well, we're ready to taxi, and we can see from the airport chart, we are just going to use taxiway Charlie to get to 17 left. Some of the taxiway assignments are not yet correct at this point. Compounding that is the fact that I am using a custom scenery for this airport, but that is being worked on, and will only get better over time. All right, so let's head down to 17 left.
Skyhawk 4 Bravo Echo cleared to St. Louis, VFR at or below 5500 feet. Departure on 124.905, squawk 1436.
For this FSEconomy flight, I am using a 172 that I own and have 3 passengers on board that each paid $264 for their ticket. At the end of the flight, we will look at the log and see how much was actually earned after expenses. My FSE company, D&D Global, owns a number of FBOs along the Sierra Nevada mountain range. We just recently acquired Monterey on the Pacific coast and are excited to bring some realistic commuter-style routes between these airports. So if you are looking for some profitable FSE flights with a good number of passengers, check out the hub at Monterey.
Springfield ground, Skyhawk 694 Bravo Echo, ready to taxi. Taxi to runway 2 via Delta Bravo and contact tower on 121.9.
Well, we're holding short at runway 17 left, so we'll switch over to Reno Tower. And then we're going to enter NorCal departure 126.3 in our Comm 1 standby.
Colorado Springs Tower winds 250 at 10 runway, 1 tree cleared for takeoff, straight out departure approved.
And that way we'll be able to switch over very easily once we're handed off in the air. Okay, let's call up Tower.
Orbit 12, Delta Kilo, Aspen Pitkin Tower, runway tree cleared for takeoff. After takeoff, fly runway heading until reaching 8,500, then proceed on course. Information X-ray is current.
Reno Tower, Skyhawk, November 8134, Quebec, short 17 left, ready for departure.
Skyhawk 34 Quebec, Reno Tower winds, calm runway 17 left, cleared for takeoff.
17 left, cleared for takeoff, Skyhawk 34 Quebec. All right, here we go. So we'll fly runway heading till 1,000 feet above the field level, which will be about 5,500 feet. And then we'll make our left crosswind turn.
Scottsdale Center, Alpha.
Knots.
Altitude is at 8,800, climbing to 10,000.
Piper 1 Juliet Mike, contact departure on 124.0.
Scottsdale Center, Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, requesting flight following to Sedona.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu. Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2 cleared for takeoff runway tree 2.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 2. Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2.
Skyhawk 34 Quebec, contact departure on 126.3.
Departure 126.3, Skyhawk 34 Quebec. All right, over to 126.3. NorCal departure. NorCal departure, Skyhawk 8134 Quebec, just off Reno. 5,500 for 6,500. All right, we've got our altitude 1,000 above the airfield.
34 Quebec, NorCal departure, Roger Reno, altimeter 3042.
3042, Skyhawk 34 Quebec. All right, we'll do our left turn here.
34 Quebec, radar contact over Reno Airport at 5,600 feet.
Okay, so the altitude checks. We're on their radar. Laps up, we can turn our fuel pump off.
Skyhawk 3 Mike Papa, contact Houston approach on 134.3. Have a good evening. 3 Mike Papa, we're good, thank you.
All right, we'll begin our turn north here. we'll set our autopilot. And lean the mixture a little bit for cruise. Coming up on our altitude of 6,500.
Papa with you at 2,500 feet.
At this point, we'll tune in the AWOS at Reno Stead.
3021, 3 Mike Papa.
That way, once we are in range, we'll be able to pick that up and check the weather there. And also, we will put the Reno Stead Unicom in COM1 standby, as we'll be switching to that once we're getting ready to enter the pattern to inform the other traffic of our intentions.
I would like to prepare to descend to Georgetown.
Ishan's clear. Temperature tree. Dew point 1. Altimeter tree 045. Visual approaches in use. Advise on initial contact you have information Tango. Reno Stead Airport information Tango. 2020 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions clear. Temperature tree. Dew point 1. Altimeter tree 045. Visual approaches.
Okay, so we have virtually no wind. So we are going to choose to land on runway 26. That'll be our shortest taxi to parking once we land.
Skyhawk Tree 4, Quebec, altitudes at your discretion.
Altitude at my discretion, Skyhawk 34 Quebec.
British Airways 228, maintain 300 knots. Climb and maintain flight level 380. 300 knots, climbing to flight level 380, British Airways 228.
Skyhawk Tree Line, Papa Houston approach, Roger, altimeter 3021. Skyhawk Tree 4, Quebec, say destination.
Destination is to Reno Stead, Kilo Romeo Tango Sierra for Skyhawk 34 Quebec.
Skyhawk Tree 4, Quebec, radar contact 8 miles southeast of Reno Stead Airport. Continue VFR at or below 6,500.
Continue VFR at or below 6,500, Skyhawk 34 Quebec.
Piper 1 Juliet, Mike transition through the Fort Carson Delta is approved. Remain this frequency.
You may have noticed one of the intro photos indicated the air races have been held since 1964, and that is correct. The first 2 years, 1964 and 65, were held at Sky Ranch Airfield, a 2,000-foot-long dirt strip in Spanish Springs. It's the small town on our right as we make the left turn towards Reno Stead. There have been 6 proposals submitted for the new location of the air races. I would be interested to hear where you think the next era of the National Championship Air Races will be held. Please take a moment to leave your pick in the comments below.
Departure, Skyhawk 694, Bravo Echo. I'm clear of the runway. Skyhawk 4 Bravo Echo radar contact, 3 miles northeast of Springfield Branson National Airport at 1,600 feet.
Mooney 67 Kilo Lima cleared RNAV tree 6 number 2 following a diamond.
Cleared RNAV tree 6 following the diamond 67 Kilo Lima. Skyhawk 4 Bravo Echo, contact Kansas Center on 133.475. Have a good evening.
On NorCal departure, Skyhawk 34 Quebec, we have Reno Stead in sight. We'd like to cancel flight following at this time.
Skyhawk 34 Quebec, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Squawking VFR, frequency change approved. Skyhawk 34 Quebec, have a great day. All right, now we'll go over to Reno Stead Unicom. Reno Stead traffic, Skyhawk 34 Quebec, setting up for a right base for runway 26, Reno Stead. All right, autopilot off. Put in a notch of flaps. Reno Stead traffic, Skyhawk 34 Quebec, turning final for runway 26, 3 mile final, Reno Stead traffic. Reno Stead traffic, Skyhawk 34 Quebec 1 mile, final runway 26 full stop, Reno Stead. Alright, 2 white, 2 red, another notch of flaps. Slowing down nicely. Should be able to get the first turn off here. Reno Stead traffic, Skyhawk 34 Quebec clear of 26 on Alpha 2. Now we're taxiing to the terminal, Reno Stead traffic. Here is our FSEconomy flight log. The income was $792 for the flight. And since we own the aircraft, there was no rental fee, and the fuel is paid for only as we top off the aircraft. The ground crew fee is $79.20, which brings the total earnings for the flight to $712.80. Not bad for a 30-minute FSE flight in a 172. Well, I hope this has whet your appetite a bit to try out SayIntentions. It really fills a void and is a game changer for general aviation flying. I encourage you to head over to the website and check it out at SayIntentions.ai. You can listen to the scanner and hear all the ATC and pilot chatter going on in real time. Sign up for a free 24-hour trial. You can now use it anywhere in the US, including Alaska and Hawaii. And if you have questions, join the Discord. There is a great bunch of people there learning the system. We would be thrilled to help you get in the air and experience what may become the eighth wonder of the flight sim world.